cannot believe we're not getting any attention tonight. I cannot believe a single man has not talked to us tonight.
So I was just at the gas station and this guy was like, oh, let me pump your gas for you. A pretty lady shouldn't be pumping her own gas. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. It's also $60 premium to fill up my BMW.
So y'all remember the other day on live when we were talking about why don't men approach women anymore? It's because their expectations are unrealistic.
Y'all, why do I feel like we are not making the men beg as much as we need to? I mean, I feel like my girls are not standing up. I feel like we're forgetting that we're the prize.
They thought going out would solve their problem when it comes to not getting approached, but the reality presented something else. They were shocked that no man showed any interest in talking to them all night. It made them confused, and they literally didn't understand the reason why guys didn't speak with them.
So I was just at the gas station and this guy was like, oh, let me pump your gas for you. A pretty lady shouldn't be pumping her own gas. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. It's also $60 premium to fill up my BMW. And he's like, oh, no. I wasn't trying to pay for your gas. I just wanted to pump it for you. Like, go away. Ladies, if you want a man to leave you alone, bring up money. Bring up money. I swear to God, he was out of there.
That was a smart move. He got a better use for his time and money.
He didn't even pump my gas, all right?
And if you want a female to leave you alone, take away money. Sweetie, he didn't even know you and didn't want you. He was just raised right and was offering to pump your gas. Stop feeling entitled. She ain't lying. If the first thing you say to me is about me spending my money on you, I'm definitely walking away. Even if I had it, I won't pay for it. It's ironic, as she will likely be the first to make another video complaining that men no longer approach her. She had a guy who was just trying to be nice, offering his help, yet she thought it would be a good idea to ask him to pay for her fuel. This experience might change his perspective when it comes to helping others, as he now sees how high the expectations can be these days. It seems like simply being kind and helpful is no longer enough. Now, it seems that bringing financial support has become an expectation for strangers. What's more intriguing is that she didn't find it awkward at all to ask a stranger to cover her car's fuel. She might consider other things embarrassing, yet somehow not this. If managing car expenses is a struggle, it might be wiser to rely on public transportation rather than stretching finances further with a car. The moment she mentioned her BMW was particularly amusing. She seemed to be trying to flex with a car that she might be struggling to afford, while also making a video about a stranger who chose not to pay for her gas. It's hard to make sense of that. Interestingly, she made a valid point by advising women to ask men for money to keep them at a distance, as it's true that most men wouldn't continue pursuing someone who begins with such requests. In the end, the guy made a smart choice by walking away from the situation.
So y'all remember the other day on live when we were talking about why don't men approach women anymore? A lot of y'all felt like it's because men are afraid of rejection, but I don't think that's the case. When I'm really looking at everything on social media and just talking to people that I know that are single, it's because their expectations are unrealistic. Like, you want this man to make $200K a year. You want him to pay your rent on the first date. If he approaches you in a grocery store or any type of retail facility, you want him to pay for your order or your purchase, and he doesn't even know you. Like, I don't know. To me, these things are super unrealistic. And although it's a nice gesture to make a purchase on approach, I don't think that is necessary. And
well said. The expectations are getting out of control, making the dating scene more challenging.
And furthermore, the other women are just super simple, super easy, super masculine. And when I come across, I feel like a woman that's living in her femininity and a woman that has regular, normal expectations, they don't even know what to do anymore.
Men have answered this question so much that it should pop up on Google. Rent on the first date. A lot of guys are choosing to focus on minding their own business, mainly because they want to avoid extra expenses. The dating dynamic is no longer the same as it used to be years ago. Currently, it's all about how much he's willing to spend, and this sends a clear message. It seems like unless a guy is ready to dig his bank account, things might not go as planned. Many guys would prefer to avoid this reality altogether. The impact of unrealistic expectations on the dating scene can't be overlooked. Many men are essentially becoming invisible simply because they don't meet these unrealistic expectations. We are already aware of the high likelihood of being turned down over these standards. Social media has also encouraged people to adopt certain attitudes they see online. While some ideas may work well online, they can backfire when put into practice, making dating life even more challenging for those who cling to such unrealistic ideals. Interestingly, the fear of rejection is not even the biggest reason men hesitate to approach. We know rejection is part of the dating process. However, many are discouraged by women who expect them to start spending money before they even know each other. The first thought that comes to a guy's mind when approaching a woman isn't about the money he'll spend, it's about the connection they might build. So, when she leads with financial expectations, it can certainly influence his perspective on dating her.
I cannot believe we're not getting any attention tonight. I cannot believe a single man has not talked to us tonight.
Why are they waiting to be approached when they could make the first move themselves? Most guys genuinely wouldn't mind being approached. So they shouldn't have no problem making the first move, and the worst outcome is usually just a polite rejection. By taking the initiative, women might actually be surprised at how well their confidence is received. Many of us are simply out to enjoy time with friends, not necessarily looking for a special connection. In that setting, an approach would be a refreshing surprise rather than an expectation. The dating scene has shifted significantly over time, and those spontaneous interactions that used to happen more frequently have become less common. Now, many men focus on personal growth and other goals, channeling their energy in ways that support their future rather than seeking random encounters, especially in social settings. On top of this, the dating landscape is increasingly confusing. While some women express disappointment that men are no longer showing interest or taking the first step, others openly ask men to stop approaching them. This creates a confusing environment where men may feel uncertain about whether to take initiative or step back. A straightforward approach could simplify dating for everyone involved.
Y'all, why do I feel like we are not making the men beg as much as we need to? I feel like my girls are not standing up. I feel like we're forgetting that we're the prize. I am the win here. Like, you need to be chasing me. I have been seeing women chase men. Why are we chasing men? We are the prize. They win when they get us. They need to be begging for us. Does that make sense? I am just tired of seeing my sisters going out sad behind some of these men, child. We are the prize. We are the win. They are lucky to have us. And that's it.
While it's great to stay optimistic, it's even more helpful to remain realistic and acknowledge things as they actually are. Instead of living in a Disney-like fantasy where everything is ideal, she should consider stepping back into reality to see what others are already doing. Many women have caught on to the shifts in the dating scene, and they are actively approaching. With men not being as forward in initiating things as they once were, more women are taking initiative and making the first move. If finding a partner is truly her goal, it might be wise for her to consider doing the same. Simply sitting back and declaring oneself a prize won't make much of an impact in today's dating landscape. We won't be lining up solely because someone calls herself a prize. Actions tend to speak louder than words. The expectation that we will chase indefinitely has also shifted. While men may show initial interest, most will move on quickly if they sense a lack of effort or see disinterest from the other side. We prefer investing in someone who's willing to match our energy and show mutual interest. The funny part was when she was questioning why some women are chasing men. It's clear that she hasn't grasped why this is happening. It might be because she is still new to today's dating scene and hasn't fully experienced the dynamics at play. Give it a few more months, and she may be posting a follow-up video talk about her experience after being rejected.
Welcome to our self-development section. Today we have another great lesson. And I know it will help those who still didn't realize that the only reason they weren't able to accomplish their dreams is because they are not following the right process. Look at this image. It's clear that the guy on the left side is moving forward because he understands one of the vital principles to achieve anything, which is the creation of a small daily goal which will lead you to the main one. You will have to break it into small tasks to be done daily, and this is what will take you to the main destination, just like the guy on the left. Now look at the guy on the right. There is no progress on his goal, and it is all due to the fact that he is trying to do everything at the same time, and as a result, he is stuck. There are many people who try to move forward, but are unable to do so because they are trying to do a big task in a short period, when it should be divided into many small tasks to be accomplished over a period of time, so they end up being discouraged by the workload they place on themselves. So to avoid this type of situation, and to make sure you are progressing at the right speed, make sure you divide your main goal properly. It should have different level, hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly goal. This is the only way you will be able to make it. Don't try to do it all at once because it will never work out for you. So, now you know that trying to do it in block doesn't work, you will have to break them. This is all for today's video and we hope you like it. We will be back tomorrow with another exciting video. Check our channel so you don't miss it. Also, don't forget to subscribe on your way out.